Hello, hello to you beautiful souls. So, I got a message today, and also I have another message is that came in also about like twin flame unions and stuff like this, but that was after this, so I'm going to get to this first one and expect something about twin flames. If that resonates with you, just be on the lookout for it. My next video. But today is going to be all about signs, synchronicities, constant communication, light communications, manifestation, and highest timeline. 44, as I saw that. And I've seen that number probably like 5 times today. It's really funny. But okay, so the first thing that I got on my way to the gym was, and I don't know if anybody that listens to my messages are like truckers or not, but I do a lot of highway driving and commuting and whatever from here, there, everywhere. And I noticed that the truckers like flash their lights at each other whenever they're letting each other pass them or get in front of them or whatever. Like they are communicating with each other with their lights. Okay. So because I like to respect our truckers and make my way peacefully through traffic, I usually will team up with one that's kind of got my vibe and my, the speed that I'm going or whatever. And, you know, I'll use those little things with them. Or if I'm in traffic and I see that, one lane is ending the lane that they're in, I'll kind of back off and then use my little lights and flash at them, like, hey, come on over, and I'm communicating with light. Okay. So on my way to the gym, this is something that I do regularly. I actually noticed it when I started driving, I don't know, 16, 17 years old. I would drive from like the city out to the country, I grew up a little both, had my city folk, then I had my country folk, 222 on the timer. And yeah, so whatever, lots of driving, have been doing this for a long time. And then tell me why just the other day, because my awareness was there, right? Like in this situation, my awareness was on the fact that I'm communicating with my lights, right? But because I have been on this spiritual journey and constantly doing my best every day to raise my consciousness, I became conscious of what I was doing at that moment, right? Which was sending a light code and communicating via light, okay? So for anybody who is wanting to know anything about light code or something, like you're new to light work or light codes or anything like this, Spirit had a message for you, and that was, let me see. So for me in that situation, basically what Spirit was showing me was that me sending these light codes with the truckers was a 3D manifestation, right? A 3D sign or whatever, manifestation of a soul level communication that happens with light. Okay. And these light codes, this light is sent, as I wrote down 3 different things. I think it was, we receive codes, communications, and activations, right? So if right now when I'm saying this, you get like a pull to go sit in the sun or to be in the sun, your spirit guides or, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, are asking you to do some sun meditating. And then if you're also interested in activating or opening your third eye, then that's a good opportunity to do it too. You just kind of look into the sun, and it takes practice, and I'm still practicing. Like my third eye is open, but I haven't had that experience where it just like straight opens, completely, because for me personally, I shut that off when I was a kid because it terrified me because I wasn't supported, in that way. So, it freaked other people out, freaked me out, and then I just closed it because whatever. And that's why I closed off my mediumship abilities And my son has not, because I've been here with him through the whole process. So I don't know who that was for, who needed to hear that, but whatever that was. So sun. The sun is going to also heal, so everybody needs to be in the sun. The sun is our, our very special light. That's what I tell my kids. That's our very special star, and our very special light that just is so close to us and shines on us and loves us. So then next was about signs and synchronicities. The signs and synchronicities are there to communicate to you your level of awareness and your point of attraction or expectation. Okay. So for me, seeing numbers, signs, symbols, synchronicities has been a regular thing in my life. Excuse me. And I just recently learned about, like, there's a certain type of autism where you're like obsessed with numbers. That's me. But, and I haven't been diagnosed with autism or anything like that. I'm just saying I have always just seen them. I don't know what to do with them. I'm not a math person, okay? I don't do the calculating. I just see them as symbols. And, I'm an artist. And so I see things, through color and symbols and, from my own unique individual perspective, right? So for me, it's like I also, because of my, the way I was raised, it's like, is it ADHD? Is it, trauma? Is it PTSD? Is it, like autism? Is it conditioning? Is it just a gift to be constantly aware? I don't know. The parts of that I still am healing and working through, right? Because we're all on our own healing journey, and we're just constantly healing and healing and healing and coming back to ourselves. And there's so many different, like, whenever you go to a school, there's different subjects that you learn in, right? And then within each subject, there are different levels or grade levels, So each of us are at different levels in different subjects, right? So a concept or a subject that I might have mastered could be the opposite for a friend or, whatever, and then vice versa. It's like we all just take certain classes and courses in certain times based on our level of awareness and consciousness and our readiness to receive. Okay. So for me, I'm constantly shifting my awareness around. And in the past, it was more of like a trauma thing, right? I grew up in a place, an environment where I needed to read the environment and be able to read the people in my environment to know, if a bomb was going to explode, I needed to be aware and whatever. So it created an anxiety for me, and so that's something that I'm still healing. But then I'm also just super hyper aware of everything anyways, because that's just how I'm wired, So for an example today, and this is what made this message come through, was that I was actually at the gym and I'm on the treadmill. I'm thinking I'm gonna do some cardio, whatever. Turn it on, get to going, look at the screen in front of me. It says 144, right? And I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. I'm just like thinking in my head. I look over at another screen, the timer. I guess there was some, I look back right now, it says 9:09. I look over at the screen. My awareness is brought over here, and I see 2:22 on the timer, right? I'm like, oh, well, okay, that's cool. For me, I'm at the point where no matter where I look, no matter what I'm trying to see, I see the signs and the synchronicities, right? Because I expect it. And that came through also. And there's a message about expectations and manifestation too, and we'll get there. Right? And then I look over to another screen and I see a football player who was just at the right angle where his sleeve and then his shirt were in the view of the camera, and it reads 33-33, Like, I'm saying this because there have been a couple of people in the comments who have, brought to, you know, whatever, brought to my attention that there's a concern for a timer anxiety. And it's like, there's some anxiety there in me, right? But as far as me being able to see the signs and synchronicities, it is a reflection of my subconscious awareness of the fact that I'm in constant communication with my higher self and with the universe, right? So, for some, it was brought to my attention that this hasn't been an experience that you're used to. This is like a new thing, like you're just now starting to see that you are, receiving communication. Okay, some of us, like for me personally, whenever I was trained in the medicine way and when I was, awakened as a medicine woman, I learned the Native American ways, and that's very much like signs and symbols, and spirit is always talking to you and communicating to you, and there's always something there and always a message. And so for example, if I say a number that I see on the screen, that could be a synchronicity or a sign or symbol to serve as confirmation for somebody, right? Because there's a lot of different people watching these videos. And there's a lot of different people that see different signs and synchronicities, okay? And these aren't all just numbers. It's like animals and, strange things that you see. Anything that stands out to you is a communication, right? And it has always been there. This has always been happening. It's just a matter of your point of awareness and your levels of consciousness, right? So as you raise your consciousness and you raise your awareness, you're going to start to see more signs and synchronicities. Okay, and that's just communication. And let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay, so the reason that has come up now, I'm getting that it's the expectation. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the expectation. Okay, I expect to be in constant communication with my higher self and with the universe, because that's my subconscious belief, right? And it's being manifested in real life, right? So sometimes this is how people awaken, and that can be their first, sign of awakening, right? Awakening to the fact that you are creator and that you're living out creation and you're watching it unfold, right? And that you have the authority, to write your own script and write your own, story and everything, right? So you become aware of this, right? And then you start expecting that communication, right? And then where the juicy stuff comes in is that you realize that you're manifesting. You realize like, oh shit, oh, I've been manifesting this whole time, right? Like I manifested this. I created, a situation where I now expect to receive communication, and then you do, and a lot of times, like the light situation that I was in, there's something that was there to be communicated on a higher level of consciousness that was outside of just the three-dimensional me flashing my lights at somebody, but until I was there and my consciousness was there, I couldn't ever receive that message, so now that you expect to receive communication, you can begin to expect other things. Okay, and this is where you get good at manifesting. Okay, like I expect this, that, and the other, and it happens because the expectation is in my subconscious. It has been in my conscious mind, right? But it's when it gets into your subconscious mind that it is the most potent and powerful of, beliefs, because it is there, like it's real. And I got a burp. Excuse me. um, so then you begin to expect other things. Like, I moved to money, of course. Like, who doesn't want money coming at them, right? I got to the point where I was like, ooh, I'm just like always finding money everywhere. Money's just always flowing to me. And I did all these like affirmation videos and stuff. So if you're wanting to fast track and you want to skip all the affirmation videos where you're consciously having to listen to this stuff over and over again, because I actually did that for so many years, brainwashed myself with Jake Ducey and Abraham Hicks, and I don't even know. I can go on with the amount of stuff that I brainwash myself with. But if you want to fast track and you don't want to have to sit there and, you know, whatever, listen to it, do subliminals, because subliminals will get you there a lot faster, because that stuff just goes straight to your subconscious, and just like, you're not even consciously aware of what you're listening to. You're just hearing some frequencies or some music or whatever. And, you know, then bam, your subconscious is getting washed and cleaned. So with that in mind, you do want to use trusted subliminals. Find a source that has been vetted, or is trusted in some way. So yes, there's that. So signs and synchronicities, that's just going to be your sign of your level of awareness and consciousness and your point of attraction. Okay, when you're getting to a point where that's all you see are signs and synchronicities, you know that you're there. You're there, and that you have access to manifesting your highest timeline, right? You're quantum leaping and quantum shifting, and constantly, shifting timelines based on our point of attraction at each individual moment. Holy moly. Okay. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Whatever weird kind of energy is around. You like my sage. Someone's trying to get me all choked up or stumbling on my words. But it's all going to be based on your point of attraction, right? So the more and more signs and synchronicities that you see, the closer and closer that you are getting to your highest timeline, right? Because we want to be shifting and moving into our highest timelines. And that's the goal. So for whoever this was for, I hope it helped. I love you. And the numbers that I was seeing today, obviously the 3333, the 222, the 144. I saw 144 several times today. I saw 69, 77, 808, 1111. All of those I saw several times too. And I saw some other synchronicities, but those are just like my personal numbers and stuff that I get communicated to and with and for, whatever, however you say that sentence. But anyways, I love you all, and I hope that this message helps somebody, and just help you to remember a little bit more of who you are, and that's all we're doing every single day, is like, we're just remembering exactly who we are, which is just a piece, one individual unique expression of creation. And all we have to do is just do that, is to create, and we get to decide what we create. And each day we improve and raise our awareness, raise our consciousness, and then we create a reality that is desired, right? Your desired reality. So I love you. You're so important and needed and special and beautiful and loved and appreciated. So yes, if you got all the way to the end, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you would like to donate in any way to my channel, to buy me a coffee, or just send a little token of appreciation, I will gladly receive it. And then if you would like to book a Reiki session or a reading with me, all of that stuff, my donations, my email for bookings is all in the description. So again, I love you. Thank you. And I hope you have a great day, a great week, and a great just rest of your life. Okay, bye.